Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, Celebrity has reached out to some passengers. If you were sailing on the Celebrity Ascent in January, there's something that you need to know out of an abundance of caution. We also have a kind of unique twist on a cruise. How about booking a cruise that's a complete mystery? You just don't know where you're going to go. We also have a cruise line that is, hey, a residential cruise line that actually got their ship. Imagine that. Imagine selling 3-year cruises and actually owning the ship. Well, I'm set to fly out tomorrow to head to the Sun Princess, and numerous people have been contacting me saying that they have some sailings upcoming later on this month, and they are being offered move over. In other words, they can just take their reservation and move it to a different cruise later on, a different voyage. No transfer fees, no extra over you go, no extra costs, etc. And actually, if the price was lower, they would get some money back. And I think that's in recognition of everything that's going on the Sun Princess now. Hopefully, a lot of people have been mentioning now that on the cruise, they are saying that some of the events will be ready next week. So fingers crossed that they are. The more the better that I can cover and show everybody. Also, some people are commenting saying, you know, you should book 2 months or 3 months down the road. Never go on the inaugural sailing. Yes, and I agree. You should never go on inaugural sailing unless that's the main thing for you, is that you want to be the first person on the ship. However, as somebody who covers cruising, I've been on the Celebrity Ascent inaugural cruising, I've been on the Wonder inaugural cruising, I've been on many inaugural cruisings just because I run a channel. I also have other cruises booked on this ship. It's not my only booking, so I will be available to cover more when it's up and running again, but you always want to be that first person when you do something like this for a living. And also my travel agency wants to get some feedback on the ship as it's running as well, so they know whether or not to put people right now on the Sun Princess. So that's that. Yes, I do have more sailings on the Sun Princess upcoming. Next, let's talk about Celebrity Cruise Lines. They said if you were in January on the Celebrity Ascent, well, there was an outbreak with 2 passengers who contracted Legionella disease. Now, this is not normally passed on from passenger to passenger. It's normally in standing water. You can get it in showers, in hot tubs, and it's, you know, you take it into your mouth in the shower, or you breathe it in if it's like in a mist area or anything like that. Any suction of water into your system is where you can contract this. Now, they've reached out to everybody just saying, if you're feeling, you know, the symptoms, which, you know, stomach ache, diarrhea, headaches, etc., anything that seems above and beyond and lasting longer than normal, to check out the doctor and tell the doctor about the Legionella possibility from your cruise if you were on in January. Now, the cruise line themselves has implemented complete stringent cleaning facilities. They've emptied out all the hot tubs, scrubbed them down, sanitized them, redone, etc., etc., etc. They flushed their water system, etc. They're doing whatever they can to make sure this isn't there anymore. And it was, again, 2 passengers only in January, nothing been reported since then. And we all know the complete disaster that happened with Life at Sea, where they sold these 3-year residence cruises. You're going to sail around the world for 3 years. You know, hundreds of thousands of dollars you pay for these. And yeah, they never even had a ship. Their ship fell through, but they were selling these cabins off. Now, people out there are still waiting to get their money back. Not all of them, some actually have received some money, but a lot of them still haven't received their deposits back that they, and we're not talking, you know, a $200 deposit. We're talking $50,000, $20,000, $10,000, depending on the type of cabin that they were booking. But Villa V Residences has bought the Braemar, the old Braemar ship from Fred Olsen Cruise Lines, which means they've jumped a big hurdle. Now this ship is supposed to be renovated from top to bottom and get ready for luxury cruising. And this cruise is a little different. You just don't buy the whole one-time thing. You buy it kind of like, okay, you're renting it for the 3 years, but you also have service fees while you're on board and things like different costs when you are on board. So it's not a one lump sum all at once. There will be more expenditures in the future, but they are becoming more and more popular. More and more people are looking into this as the cost of, for instance, retirement homes and cost of living of houses and everything have skyrocketed. People have actually started to say, you know what, if I sell my home now for a big profit, I can live on a cruise ship cheaper than I could if I rented an apartment in many, many states now and many, many provinces here in Canada. And a lot of people are now looking at turning their passion for cruising into a way of life. And hey, kind of sounds like something I would do in the future. We'll see what happens. Those prices need to come down a lot more for me though, because I'm still renting. I don't own a big house I can sell. So yeah. Now let me tell you about this mystery cruise that I think is kind of a cool idea that even the president of the company doesn't know about. Before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the new cruise ships coming online to what's happening at different ports, different delays, some things you need to be aware of, costs that are going up, costs that are going down, etc. Everything to possibly make your cruise just a little bit easier. And it doesn't cost anything, but if you hit that subscribe button, it really does help the channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about Windstar Cruises. Their Star Legend ship. It's only a 312 passenger, all-suite cruise ship. It's basically a yacht. Now, they're planning an 8-day round-trip voyage out of Athens, and they're keeping the itinerary a complete secret. They're calling it a mystery cruise, and it's a mystery president's cruise. The president of the company will be on board. They usually do this once a year. And on this one, they're not telling anybody what the itinerary is. Even the president doesn't know what the team has cooked up for the itinerary, but they promise that it's not any port, not a single port, is something that Windstar normally goes to. So it's like, hey, you're used to going into, Santorini? Well, we got this little place off the cove, because it's a very, smaller ship. Little place off the cove that's beautiful scenic beaches, and we're going there, and we're going to have a beach party that day. That sort of thing is what they're planning to do on this cruise. Sounds really cool to me. And the way they actually came up with this idea is pretty innovative, shall we say, because back in the day, there was a cyclone that happened, and the Star Legend cruise ship was on an 11-day Tahiti cruise, and they couldn't go there. So the captain on board, his name was Captain Terry, and he just decided that they're going to go to the Marquesas Islands with a total population of about 9,000, 10,000 people. Well, they headed off there, and the team scrambled to find shore excursions and things for people to do, which actually ended up having 3 completely unique ports of travel, as well as a huge beach party on the shore. And that's the idea came for a mystery cruise, to not let anybody know where they're going and to arrange some special things along the way on the president's cruise. And if it's the president's on board, they're going to make it something special. So yeah, President's Day mystery cruise sounds kind of awesome. Can you imagine if once a year, every cruise line just did this mystery cruise where they say they're going to a port, the ports they've never been to. That would be a lot of fun. I think I would sign up for that almost every year. Well, leave a comment down below. What would you do? Would you go on a mystery cruise where you don't know where it's going? Or do you just like to know, no, I want to choose my destinations, thank you, because that's part of my vacation. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.